her and Rick go through some very interesting realizations in season 7, about loss and what they must do and who they must do it for.
The following program,
modern style.
I think she actually, in her mind, she was all good with the idea that they would fight and fight and fight and not go down, and that's what they're meant to do. But when she thinks she's lost him in this very quick second in episode 12, she just crumbles. And I think that was really shocking and horrifying to her. And then the realization that could happen, imagine that happening in that way at that time when it's just like, we're just doing this little thing and we're going to go back, and it's like, bam, she could have lost him. And so it wasn't even in a battle, so that I think really freaked her out. But I think the realization that he gave her, he re-empowered her, and that's what's really powerful, is they re-empower each other. But the idea of we're doing this for something bigger than ourselves is this next place that she's gotten to. So yes, she's deeply connected to him, as at that moment exposed even to herself, that she's evolved into being so much more alive. Her losses before, she deadened and she became very one-woman army. But now this sort of a loss, she can't even compute absorbing it. And so it really was about him, re-galvanizing her to understand this is not about us. It's about the future we're trying to build, and we have to keep our eyes on that. And that, to me, once again, really replicates and resonates towards things like civil rights movement, things like that, where people, and what was the fight for independence in many countries across the continent of Africa, the fight for end of apartheid. It really connects to that for me. I guess it's because those things really resonate for me, but it really connects to me story-wise that way, because it's that idea that both Nelson Mandela and Martin Luther King said that, like, we might go down doing this, but the point is we will reach the place we need to go. And that is something that I think was really resonating for her as she was going through that sense of personal loss, the idea of personal loss. It's like, no, it's about something so much bigger than your personal losses. That to me was really powerful. So I think that's where she's getting to now, is the idea that this is bigger than personal losses. This is about creating really a new civilization and fighting for our humanity, fighting for the humanity of generations to come. And I think that's where she ends up by the end of the season. And yes, of course, fighting tooth and nail for those you love at the same time. So seeing Rick and Carl walk in there, she just saw them with guns to their heads, and the next thing you know, she was fighting for her life, and she couldn't, she's a control freak. She wants to go out and save them. And how many times has she saved Rick, but she couldn't do anything that time. She had to deal with this, and she was restricted to this one fight that she was in, and she couldn't go help with the bigger one. And that to her was heartbreakingly painful. But then, seeing them walk in, yeah, it was amazing for her.